everybody, welcome to tonight's live. Just to confuse you, we've gone live on Tuesday, so you're not going mad, it's not Thursday, it is definitely Tuesday. I've snuck an extra live in. We didn't have one last week because I was at Festival of Quilts, and I thought that tonight we would just do a quick live just with some of the bestsellers from the show, just to give you a chance. Hi Anne. Just to give you a chance to grab anything if you wished you'd got it at the show, hadn't made it to the show, just so that you know, because we had 3 standout collections and they were all running low on stock, so thought it would be a good opportunity to just go through that. We do have the regular Thursday live. Hi Anne, hope you're doing all right. It's been really hot here today, assuming weather's hot everywhere, although I have seen reports of rain, so do let me know how it's been. Just giving everyone a chance to get here. There will be a regular live on Thursday, so we're on the 6th, and we're going to do a bit of a build your stash session. So it's going to be fabric, yarn and haberdashery, so I'm going to put some bundles together and bits for you as well for that one. So that will be Thursday. So I've got some dates for your diary as always, and I will run through them at the end if I remember. You know what I'm like, don't always remember. Yeah, it's really humid here as well, and I've kind of felt like I was just getting hotter and hotter as the day went on. But got a thunderstorm would be nice, wouldn't it, just to clear the air? But we'll wait and see what it does. So dates for your diary. So August, I am having a bit of time off, so I will be kind of bobbing in and bobbing out. So you might notice Facebook being a little bit quieter, although I have got some stuff scheduled to go out when I'm not around. But I've switched slightly. So obviously Festival was amazing last weekend, really busy, biggest quilt show in Europe that there is, and I do really, hard work, but I do really enjoy it. But my next couple of events are all product related. So many of you know that I make my own bags and pouches and things like that as well. So in the summer and in the run up to Christmas, I tend to do some shows which are more just handmade products, and I've got some of them coming up. So 15th and 16th of August, I am at the Great British Food Festival at Wentworth Woodhouse with Damien from Ethos Upcycling. Hi Sarah, your bag is amazing. Sarah's just been sending me pictures before the live of a bag that she's made with some draft fabric, and it's absolutely lovely. Really, really like it. So I'm at Wentworth Woodhouse at the Great British Food Festival. So that's on the 15th and 16th of August. So that will be handmade products. That said, if you are visiting and you want anything, I am happy to do click and collect. Just really nice day out if you fancy coming out and having a mooch about. So that's at Wentworth Woodhouse. I haven't put the details online yet, but I will. I'm a little bit behind with those sorts of things, but I'll get that sorted. Hi Anita. So then the next event after that, after the Great British Food Festival, is 23rd of August. I'm doing a local fair at Colaston, which is a Sunday made, so it's a Sunday show on the 23rd, and it's at Colaston Village Hall. That's 11 till 3, and again that's products, and Ethos Upcycling will be with me as well. Then 29th of August, for those of you that need a fabric and yarn fix, I have got my regular pop-up at Bolsover 10 to 1, so that's 29th of August. I will get all of these up on Facebook and on the webpage. They're not at the moment. Sorry, been a little bit busy with other bits and pieces. Other thing that I needed to let you know is Autumn Sewing Saturday is now available to book. So if you want to come to that, it's on the 19th of September, so it's a full day of sewing on the Saturday. So we go from 10 till 3. If you can't make all day and you want to come, you can book for the morning or book for the afternoon. So that is live now for booking. Spaces are limited for that, so if you want to get on, get on. If you want to come but you can't pay it all in one go, or you'd rather just pay a deposit and split the payments, that's fine as well. Drop me a message. I just need your email, and then I can invoice you, get a deposit to secure your place, and then we can pay the rest by instalments as and when we work out what's best for you. So they are all the options for booking the Sewing Saturday. Like I say, places are limited, so if you do want to get in, get in. Now, the eagle eyes amongst you may notice the studio is looking a little bit different. So when I got back from Festival of Quilts, I thought it was a really good idea to rearrange the whole thing. I've started doing shows a bit more where it's colour themes or fabric themes, and the studio wasn't like that, so getting ready for the show has been a bit crazy. So whilst half of the stock was on the van, I thought it'd be a really good idea to just rearrange everything. So I've moved shelves around and what have you. So we're now looking at the other corner of the studio when it's a bit tidier, which it absolutely isn't at the minute, but it will be tomorrow because I've got someone coming, so I do need to sort it out after this. I will do a bit of studio tour so you can have a little look and see what goes on in here, but it's a bit more organised for me, so fingers crossed it'll all work a bit better. Right, so you're here to find out what we were buying at Festival, so let's get stuck in. Those of you that went, feel free to pop in the comments any standout moments, anything like that. It doesn't have to just be me. There were so many amazing quilts there. Really, really is quite an inspiring show to see what's going on. But this and this is all we have left of Celtic Christmas. So think you might have been liking the Christmas Highland Cows just a little bit. So I thought I would go through what's left. So if you hadn't got some and you want to grab some, you can grab some. Or if you need to top up because you're halfway through a project or haven't quite done your project yet. It was great, wasn't it, Anne? It was lovely to see you. Yeah, so if you need to grab anything, let me know. I will just go through what we've got on prices, and then from there, if you want anything, shout up. I have updated the website as well, so you can always log on there after. If you're watching... Oh, I haven't done the housekeeping, have I? Same as always, comment to buy, let me know you want it. Postage will be $4.50 for your small parcel, and that's capped. If you want to pick up, we'll sort out picking up. It'll be a bit hit and miss because I've got all sorts of crazy days planned out with the kids and bits and pieces, but we'll sort something. Obviously, you can pick up from any events that I'm at, or I can hold on to it till I see you if we're not seeing you for classes for a couple of weeks, something like that. That is all the housekeeping done. If you're watching the replay, still comment. And I think I will. I haven't... So this is the first time I haven't rebooked Festival straight away at Festival. It was a bit crazy and a little bit quiet from a business point of view, if I'm honest. However, I haven't ruled it out. I always say you can't judge how good a show was based on just those few days alone. So I'm just waiting to see what happens afterwards, and then I will decide. But if I don't go as a stall holder next year, I am so going just to visit and enjoy the whole atmosphere. So yes, but whether it's a stand or not, to be confirmed, is the honest answer to that one, Anne. So we will see what happens. So getting stuck in, the Highland Cow border for Celtic Christmas, I've got a metre piece left, which is £14. And I've got this remnant piece. So it's a double border print that goes across. Absolutely beautiful. Totally love it. So the remnant that I've got is 56 centimetres, so just over half metre. And that's £7.50 by 112 centimetres wide. So you've got the full width by half metre. So that would make a perfect table runner. If you wanted to do something a bit bigger, I have got a metre piece, and then that is the end of Highland Cows on the double border for this one. I'm not going to be reordering this collection, so it's now or never if you want to get it from me. So the next one that we've got in the collection is the Thistledown, which is the little thistles on the blue, navy blue background with the little snowflakes on it. Really, really lovely little blender, this one. So we've got 3.5 metres of that one left, and they are, my brain will work, £7 for your half metre. Loved Emmy B Designs, a cross-stitch snakes and ladders, and a lady from Australia called Kim, can't remember her stall. A lady from Australia called Kim. I can't think who that was, Sarah. I know the cross-stitch designs that you mean. There was some really lovely things. Tell you what was nice as well was all of the different stuff that there was at Festival. So it wasn't all just quilting as much as it's Festival of Quilts. There was so much else going on, which was super lovely. So in terms of Highland Cows from Celtic Christmas, this is the only design that I've got left with the cows on. And again, it's 2 half-metre pieces. So this is Highlands on the festive leaves on the sage background. We did go through these the other week on the live, but tonight is just about letting you know what's left of designs if you want to grab any. So they're £7 for your half metre. We've got 2 of those. Then next we have the festive Celtic leaves. Now this was being bought because it's not as Christmassy as you think it is. When you start thinking about making Christmas makes, you kind of think that you've got all of the rest of winter going into January and February, and wouldn't it be nice for something that kind of went across the season? And this works really nicely for that because it's got that wintry feel to it as much as it's holly leaves. So this is, again, a half metre piece, £7 for your half metre, 112 centimetres wide, and it is your pre-shrunk Lewis and Irene cotton. So that one is 7, and we've got 2 of those. Then, oh, and a fat quarter hiding as well. Then winter blue check is also still available. So we've got 2 half metres and a fat quarter in that one. So that's winter blue check. Again, prices are the same. Your fat quarters are £3.50, half meters are £7, and that applies to everything tonight. Yeah, we've got no meters of any of these left, so it's going to be your sort of smaller bunting projects, those sorts of things that it'd be suitable for, or add into what you've already got if you want to do a bigger project, because I know some of you have already got a little bit of this tucked away. So the final one left in Celtic Christmas is the Celtic Christmas trees. So this is a lovely blender, again Christmassy but not Christmassy. So you've got the tree on a cream background, so the tree's in a sort of icy blue kind of colour. It looks quite grey on the screen from my side, not sure what it's looking like on yours. So that's 7 for your half metre. We've got 3 half metres of that one and a fat quarter. So that's where we're at with Celtic Christmas. Now, can you have me to the car and you'll get in? Yes, that's absolutely fine, Sarah. I can put it to one side for you and get it when I see you in September. When, of course, you will be wearing your... sorry, I'm just writing that down. You will be wearing your... was it dungarees you were making with the other Highland cow bits that you got? Can't wait to see those. Would be great. Right, so that is that sorted. So yeah, that's Celtic Christmas. So like I say, it is on the website, so if you do want anything, you can grab it. Then close second to Celtic Christmas was Seize the Day. So I went with 3 crates full of these collections. So each collection had a crate, and I've come back with 3 baskets and a bit of a pile. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone that bought from me at Festival. This is what we've got left as Seize the Day. We have no puffins, we have no crabs, we have a little bit of turtles. So let's go through with what we've got left. So starting with the one we've got the most of is the seahorses on seaweed. So in this I have got a 2 metre piece, a metre piece and a half metre. So this is a lovely little blue seahorse on your seaweed. So your half metre is 7, 14 for your metre, 28 for your 2 metre. So that is your seahorses on seaweed from Seize the Day. Then we have got a little bit of the fancy shells. So this one is a lovely blender that will work with it was the colours in this that I think everybody loved so much. It will work really nicely as a blender with anything in those sorts of corals and pink. Oh, I've got it upside down, hang on. Hang on. So this is the pink and linen one, which is your fancy shells. So there's a half metre of this one, and that's one's £7 for your half metre. 112 centimetres wide. It is your pre-shrunk cotton. And then the other one that we've got in the linen is the multi. So we've got fancy shells in multi, and we've got a metre piece of that one, so that's 14 for your metre piece of that. So that would work as a blender with all sorts of other projects. The other blenders in that collection that we've got left, there's a half metre piece of the blue striped with the coral, so that's half metre for 7 in that one, and then the pink coral with the blue stripes, so kind of the opposite way round, so they're kind of like opposites, if you see what I mean. We've just got a fat quarter in that one, so your fat quarter's £3.50. We've got lobsters. So the bag that I made was made out of the lobster fabric, which was so cute, the little basket. So we've got 2 half metres of the lobster fabric, and remember, for making your basket you just need 2 half metres. So if you fancy your own basket exactly the same as this one, I have got that ready. I have got both that combination, so you could do that. So lobster stripe is £7 for your half metre, and then you've got your seashells and your starfish running up through that. And then we've got a half metre of mirrored lobster left. So this is your pink coral. I really, really love this pink corally colour. Super lovely. And then we move on to a couple of turtles. So we've got a half metre of turtles on seaweed left. So that is £7 for your half metre. And then we've got a fat quarter of turtle stripes. £3.50 for that one. So like I say, I've updated the website, so all of these are on the website, so you can log on and grab them if you would like to. I will bring all 3 of these, whatever's left, to Bolsover at the end of the month. Depending, obviously they'll be online in the meantime, so they may or may not be there. You'd be welcome to collect anything from there if you wanted anything. So let's just pop those back in that basket and let's go to Transylvania Glow. So lots of Halloween projects being planned. Sarah, who's watching tonight, has done an amazing quilt in this collection, and it's just super. So you may remember from the live we did for the Transylvania Glow, there is this panel with the 12-inch squares. Now, this was very well received. As soon as I said to anyone that this collection glows in the dark, I got the wow, because it's amazing. Whoever invented glow in the dark inks to put on fabric is amazing, because it just adds such another element to your project. So this is the last panel that I've got, and it's 15. So if anyone wants a panel to do something, make a really quick quilt, super bunt. If you wanted something to hang in your window, make some really good bunting that you could see from a distance, that'd be quite cool. So that's the last panel, that's 15 for that one. Then we've got a bit of a mixture left in this, because there are some metre pieces and some 2 metre pieces. So let's start with the 2 metre pieces and we'll go from there. So we've got Scaredy Cats. So we've got that as a 2 metre piece, so that's 28. And it's your little stars on this one that glows in the dark for that. So that is your cats. And we've also got that as a metre piece. So any of the larger pieces I can cut down. So if you need fat quarters or half metres, not a problem at all, just let me know. So that is Scaredy Cats. Then we've also got the orange stars. So these were great, and they'll be amazing for blenders, even whether your project's Halloweeny or not. Stars are just timeless, aren't they? So the fact that they glow in the dark, as you know, I think is amazing. So we've got 2 metres of the the orange stars from Transylvania Glow, and then I've got a half metre piece that goes with that as well. And then the last one that we've got a larger piece in is Dracula on his bed. Just looking to see. No, that's the last. So this is all I've got left of Dracula. So we've got the 2 metre piece. Again, if you want different sizes, just let me know. Transylvania Glow, I've not double checked the website for this one, so I will do that and make sure that everything is on there for you to see. Then ombre bats, we've got a metre each of the purple, the orange and the grey in the ombre bats from Transylvania Glow, so that glows in the dark. So that is that, and then we've got a half metre bundle, so that's 3 for £20 on the half metre bundle. If you wanted that through the live, shout up. That's not an option on the website, because the 3 for 20 is a show offer or a live offer, so you would need to let me know if you wanted that. Then we've got a metre of the pumpkins from this collection. So this is the glow in the dark pumpkin, so it's these little white ones that glow on that one. So that again would be fun bunting. You could just do this as an all over bunting if you wanted. Nice quick easy project. Yeah, so that's all we've got of that. Then we've got a metre piece of Dracula, the mirrored Dracula. So this is this design, and again we've got a metre piece and a half metre piece. So this is Dracula, and he's got his bats, thorns, flowers in it, little roses. Something a bit different in that one. So £7 for your half metre, 14 for your metre piece, and then if you needed a fat quarter, it'd be £3.50. Werewolves surprised me, because everyone was loving it. I wasn't quite so sure when this arrived, but it's kind of grown on me, I must admit, with that sort of bright, vibrant orange background. And then again, this is a mirrored print, so you've got the werewolves howling at the moon and the thorns. Ties in nicely with Dracula as well, with the mirror print and the additional elements to it. So we've got 1.5 meters of this one, so 1 metre piece and a half metre piece, £14 for your metre, £7 for your half metre, all 112 centimetres wide. In the half meters, we've just got a little bit of the mirrored cats going, so there are 3 mirrored designs. So if you wanted something to complement each other, these 3 do work quite nicely together, because it's different designs, because you've got the cat, the werewolf and Dracula, but the same sort of mirrored principle to them, which is lovely. So you've got that one. Then we have in the ticking stripe, which glows in the dark, I've got a 2 metre piece of this, but I can't remember. Oh, I can see it now. It's just over there in the drawer. I've got a 2 metre piece of this. I knew I'd got one, I just couldn't find it earlier when I was looking for it. Let me grab it out and put it with this collection, otherwise I'll forget where it is again. Oh, she says. Trying to open the door. Yes, so we have 2 metres of this one, and a metre piece of the black, and a half metre in the black ticking stripe. So that's a quite nice blender. We've got a half metre in the purple, and then we've got 1 metre and 2 half meters in the orange stripes. So that's what we've got left in the ticking stripe. Black Stars is sold out. There's something else that's sold out, but I can't remember what it is. And then we've got 1.5 metre of cream stars in that. You can't really see the glow in the dark. Oh, you can a little bit see the glow in the dark stars on that, where there's a little bit of a space. You can see that on that one. Then for the border for this one, we've got 2 half metre pieces. Now this is what Sarah used on her quilt as the centre. So she's done 4 panels and then done borders and things around it. So that is a really, really fun design. So you've got your werewolf one side, and then your castle, spooky castle, the other side with your pumpkins and your glow in the dark element. So that is £7 for your half metre of that one. So that is everything we've got left in Transylvania Glow. All we've got in Celtic Christmas and Seize the Day. So you've got an idea now, for those of you watching, what everybody was loving at a festival. Then there was one. It's lovely, isn't it? And something a bit different. It's not like spooky Halloween, and it'll kind of go through the seasons. I quite like this Transylvania Glow that they've got. I'm assuming that's the collection that you're talking about. Then the other surprise for me was the panels. So I've had some Delphine Brook panels for a while, so I don't know whether I've ever talked about these with you guys. So what you get is a square panel with your draft design on it, and then you've got your instructions along the bottom of the panel, so you don't have to remember everything that I'm saying to you now. But basically what you do is you get your interface in, and with the dotty side up you trace round your shape on here. So my advice when you're doing these is start from the furthest away point and work forward on them. So you trace your shape, and then using the fabric on the panel, so you've got all of the fabric that you need, you then are aiming to make yours look like this design here. So there was an elephant. There is now no longer an elephant in my collection. There still is, and someone else might have it out there, but I have got just 2 giraffe panels left. So these are £15 each. And there is going to be a lot of elephants and giraffes being made, judging by the number of panels that I sold at a festival. And I wasn't expecting it, and I don't really know why. But yeah, this was kind of the standout. I expected the other 3 collections to be selling. I really did. But this was, yeah, something a little bit different. So if you fancy one of these and doing a panel, then by all means let me know. These are on the website. And yeah, £15 for a panel. I really quite like it. So what you do with it afterwards, whether you turn it into a quilt or a cushion or pop it on the back of a jacket, you know, there's lots of options. Make a nice little bag from it. There's loads you could do with that. So yeah, there's going to be a few giraffes and elephants making their way into the world. So that's just a flavour of what everyone was loving at festival and what we've got left for you. Thank you for everyone that's joined us tonight. That is great. I will be back with our normal Thursday live on Thursday. This was just an extra sneaking in just letting you know where we're at with everything. So Thursday, yeah, we're going to be looking at blenders and building up your stash. So we're going to have some bundles and bits and pieces, but not just the fabric. We'll be looking at yarn and haberdashery as well for you. So that's what's going on then. So in terms of those dates for your diary, if you're... Yeah, it does seem like that, Anita, doesn't it? There was definitely a lot of people who wanted to push themselves out of their comfort zone and try something new. And I wonder if that's why the panels were selling the way they were, actually. So yeah, it was lovely to see, and the enthusiasm from people as they were telling you. I get a bit giddy at shows because all I want to do is know what you're going to do with your fabric and what you're buying, because I find the inspiration from everybody really, really good. So back to those dates for your diary. I am at Wentworth Woodhouse on the 15th and 16th of August, so that's with my handmade products. Might sneak a few fat quarter bundles in there, you know what I'm like. But if you do want anything, you can pop a click and collect order through and pick it up from that event if you are going. So I think it's an RHS event. It's a big food festival event that's going on there. Then the 23rd of August, I will be at Cole Aston in the Village Hall, again with products, but happy to take fabrics if you want anything there. And then the next big pop-up is at Bolsover on the 29th of August. So that's 10 till 1, and then the 30th of August, so that's the Saturday, and then on the Sunday I am at Renishaw Hall and Gardens, again with products, but more than happy to bring fabric along if you need anything. Don't forget, booking is open now for Sewing Saturday, so Autumn Sewing Saturday is on the 19th of September. There is a new quilted tote bag that we're going to be doing at that, and I will come up with a cushion, and there's been a request for some other bits and pieces as well, so there will be new projects for that one. There'll be all the usual products. There'll be the pop-up shop. You get 10% off anything on the day at that event. So it's 10 till 3. You can come for the morning, just for the afternoon, or you can come all day. If you're coming all day, we do stop about 12ish for an hour for lunch. So you can pop out and get something in town, or bring your packed lunch, and we'll all just sit and have a natter and eat our lunches together. So as always, thank you very much. Thank you to anybody or everybody that came to me at Festival, really. Really enjoyed the show. Absolutely cream crackers yesterday. Just about back to normal today. Probably shouldn't have done a whole studio rearranged, but it seemed like a good idea, and it does feel a bit more organised in here now. She says, looking at the boxes that still need unpacking. But anyway, lovely to see you all again, and I will catch up with you on Thursday. Take care.